about that time. Assemble and talk. No cap. It's a civil war. You thinking you worthy. You feeling like door. Smash that like button like Hawk, yeah.
Alright, welcome back everybody. We here. This is week 28. Wow, I almost forgot. And this is episode 104. We got A back, Sluggy of course.
Jonathan.
Black. He was pulling.
It's your boy the Fox.
I let everybody introduce themselves so I don't mess up their name or pronunciation. So, alright, so we here, AssembleTime all the time, right on time. And this week, we're gonna jump right into No Way Home. I know we spoke about it multiple times already on the podcast, but every time someone else comes, we end up speaking about it off cam, and then we're like, yo, you gotta come back so we can speak about it again. So the bros are back, and we want to hear their takes on No Way Home, their opinions, and everything about it. So who want to jump right into it first? Black or Jonathan? Since we haven't heard y'all takes. Or Fox. Wait, is it Fox or the Fox?
It don't matter Fox or the Fox.
I'm definitely gonna call you the Fox.
He's the equivalent of
I
squirrel.
like his little
I'm gonna help you make that stronger. I'm gonna run with the also.
Thank you. Appreciate that, brother.
I'm not gonna
And
confuse
you're equivalent to
them. Maybe saying Fox.
when they stretch you out. Just you know that.
Nah, but
Yeah.
I can start us off with No Way
You can
Home.
show up.
Alright, tell me what you. Alright, so for one, I like to ask everybody this main question. So just to start off with,
Alright.
what's your favorite scene of No Way Home?
Oh, easy. It's when Toby appeared.
Toby appeared.
So
So not when they both appeared, specifically when Toby appeared.
just Toby.
Alright.
Just when Toby appeared, bro. I like Andrew.
No love for Andrew.
Nah, fuck with Andrew's character.
Okay.
I love it. But when Toby appeared, I can remember being a kid in the movie theater and seeing when he first put on the Spider-Man cop.
Oh, alright.
He was in the movie theater crying when we watched it.
Yo, so now we're exposing secrets, cause
Oh,
I ain't say nothing about you. You know you talking next.
So that was a leaked synopsis right there, basically.
Hey man, look, I'm gonna tell you right now, look. My man Toby came on, I felt accomplished, I felt like, yo, I was there with him, cause that's a rare moment, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, it was.
But every time something happened, we in the movie theater, same thing with Guardians of the Galaxy 2.
Oh my
He was
God.
crying.
This guy.
I'm telling you, he was crying. Oh, you hear, yo, the theater quiet as hell. This is when Gamora had died and stuff like that.
Oh, that's what Endgame. I mean,
No, not that.
Infinity
My
War.
fault. When
Groot died.
yeah,
Groot
Groot had
died.
died. There we go. I'm high.
Yeah.
Disease.
First of all,
They killed Groot. I didn't know Groot was gonna come back.
wait, hold on. Before we continue the when they killed Groot, we want to give a shout out to the bro with his. Pass it on to you before we get any further, because he said, "I got my phone high." It's true. We all a little trippy right now.
Everybody out here lit, man.
You got so closer to the microphone so they can hear you.
Everybody out here lit, man. We off that chef special right now.
Okay. And
Special high grade tincture. Very simple ingredients. Vegan friendly, earth friendly, high friendly, extremely potent.
I killed my.
and you made this yourself, right?
Yeah, this is made by me, Chef Steph.
Have you
Chef
ever noticed it's
Special
always the
Tincture.
niggas with the sunglasses and the dreads that want to do something special concoction for the restaurants? It's
Oh,
always
you know the vibe, man. You know the vibe. Shout out to the hippies, man. Shout out to the hippies.
Nah, but alright, but
Hello, AG said.
yeah. So shout out to bro. You go contact bro. I'll put your tag on it.
Yeah.
I'll put his tag on it. Y'all can contact him if y'all ever wanna get in touch with him for some of that. So
Yeah, back
So
to
back
your
when Groot
cry-
died.
yeah,
Groot died.
When Groot had died, the movie theater was quiet as I don't know what. We all looking around and whatnot. All you hear is. I said, hey, yo, I'm sitting right next to him. I said, hey, nigga, if you don't shut the hell up, we all loud as hell with it. What's some ignorant assholes?
Hey, bro.
That's
I ain't gonna
hilarious.
lie. Hold on. First of all, we not gonna judge me because Groot died. Yo, that's traumatic, bro.
That is very true.
Come on, I fuck with Groot.
Thank God it wasn't the one that stuck.
yeah. So Black, do you have a favorite scene?
Yeah, I do.
Try not to lean so much back, man, because
Well, first I will say that Spider-Man movie was my favorite Spider-Man movie, live action ever.
Fire.
A lot of fan service, great movie. Had a lot of really good and powerful scenes. I think my favorite scene was the final standoff between Tom Holland, Spider-Man, and Green Goblin when they were fighting.
I always say that, right?
And there's a specific part that I like though. So it's the part that he takes the glider, right? And he's about to kill him with the glider, and Toby Spider-Man, he jumps and he stops him. You know, and his initial reaction was he tried to push it down.
Yo, that scene
he
starts
tried to
so
shut
much.
it down.
Exactly what you said.
You know, and he braced himself.
I couldn't believe it. I said, wow, he tried to kill Toby.
But even deeper, killing Toby because Toby's him.
No, you
That's
tried to
him.
yourself. Yeah,
That's him from another universe.
Yeah, you're right. 'Cause you,
So it shows him
to kill himself.
sometimes we go to the point that we'll destroy ourselves to get to our enemy.
right.
Now it's deep. He was willing to kill himself to get to him.
Get to him.
Enemy.
Over, you know, because he knows it was the man who killed all
Who
men.
killed all men? Yeah. So he was like, you gotta
He
pay.
was ready to go through.
Even if that meant he had to kill himself.
Yeah.
And
To
to
get that
talk
movie.
about that scene, there goes like as a reflection to the first ever Spider-Man movie. Right?
Yes.
When
Toby.
Uncle killed, well,
My God.
supposedly,
It was redemption for him as well.
no, not even just that. When Uncle Ben died and he chased Buddy into the warehouse, the supposed first killer.
Oh, so it shows the arc on Toby how much he done grew.
Grew from there, because remember Toby killed him essentially.
Before we get, I got a couple way more questions. I ain't gonna lie. Favorite scene?
Yo, I definitely gotta go Green Goblin. We talking Norman, Oz Norman,
Yeah.
hand in hand with Spider-Man.
The first time they went hand in hand when he was breaking him through all the floors inside the condo.
Inside
Yeah.
the condo, that fight.
Yeah.
was
That was-
See,
that
you
was-
understand?
Yeah.
As a Green Goblin kind of fan growing up, watching the very first Spider-Man, and you see how they had the hand-to-hand combat going through the firehouse and everything like that. Going, you know, just the hand-to-hand combat in general that the Green Goblin has established in that type of Marvel Universe scene with Spider-Man. He's always been the hand-to-hand type nigga.
Yeah.
No matter whatever villain Spider-Man is fighting, Green Goblin gave
the one that,
straight
yeah.
hand-to-hand.
And
like-
to interject real fast, sorry about that. To interject real fast, and it always stood out to me how Tom has yet to have that fight where he went hand to hand.
You feel like to tap in on that, you feel like they did the Green Goblin service because they had him like
had
in
to.
his authenticity, like
You had
throwing
to.
And it
down. Like, that's
compliments,
what Green Goblin
you
does.
had
and it compliments fan service for like me. It complimented Tom's Spider-Man
You
because
finally got that fight.
I finally got to see that fight. You feel me? Like
When it's not Kitty flipping around, webbing,
Exactly.
it's him like going.
He's
throwing
inviting
blows to
somebody,
somebody,
really like, I'm gonna kill
Right,
you. son.
exactly.
because I don't know if
Yeah.
most people noticed, but literally in part 1, No Way Home, Homecoming, he doesn't
Nope.
physically throw a punch intentionally.
Nope.
He only throws a punch like once or twice unintentionally because he's thrown or hit into somebody and he just happened to be there and he hits the person.
Right.
That's on the Staten Island Ferry.
Right.
Besides that, whole movie he didn't throw the punch, no punches really.
Right.
And then the second movie he kind of did, but he's really fighting drones, illusions, and all of that.
Yeah.
Right, right.
Punch Quinn Black
Yep.
once. We still don't know if that shit is real or not.
Right,
So it's like
Facts.
we have yet to got
Illusions.
that Spider-Man versus Doc Ock scene, him versus
Exactly.
Green Goblin
Fighting,
scene.
yeah.
So you saying
Yeah.
that you're right? It stood out to
Cause
me,
you got
and I wanted that.
look at even
Right.
in Civil War, he didn't really throw a punch either going into that whole entire fight. It was more
But
of
Tony
like,
told him.
Yeah, he was
it
sort
was
of
like
yeah,
just
it was
webbing
live.
everything up.
Tony said, "Well, I told you,
So,
keep your distance, well, So it's like,
But you gotta look at it like this. He was still young. This is
No,
the
I think-
first.
I think
this
that's
is this movie we was talking about at the crib.
Yeah, it's the fact.
Like he grew.
he
grew
technically
into-
hasn't really been Spider-Man yet.
Yeah,
Like
He's
now
only been a
he's
few
Spider-Man.
months at the
You know
point
what I mean?
at Civil
Now
War,
he's Spider-Man.
and at Civil War he's still sort of bubbling
Yeah,
with
yeah,
everything.
yeah.
He's sort of
But
clumsy.
even in that Civil War, we're talking about a Spider-Man that's getting a lot of assistance from Tony Stark. We're talking about a Spider-Man that has battled very little adversity. We're talking about like he's actually not Spider-Man.
He's really
like
not.
now, I guess
that's why the last scene was so
When he-
important.
that's why that was so
This
important
is
because
Spider-Man.
he
He doesn't have a
Spider-Man.
bunch of help.
Right.
He doesn't have a bunch of people who knows who he is. He's now your friendly neighborhood
Neighborhood
Spider-Man.
Spider-Man.
And that's what he is.
and-
now.
He
and
got rid of the
that-
suit. He took off the Stark gear. He put
Exactly,
on the friendly
exactly.
neighborhood Spider-Man
Exactly.
gear. He's going all Spider-Man now.
He's like now he's Spider-Man. Yeah.
And not just that, he took homage from his mentors. Well, from his brothers.
Right.
Their brothers. He
Right.
said, because when they were talking about their powers and how they made their suits, only 2 of them made their suits.
Right.
Right.
He was given a suit.
Yes.
And the only suit you could say he made was in Homecoming. Not Homecoming.
The first
The
one.
second one. No, it's the second one.
Yeah.
It's when he's in the ship and the plane and
he's doing the nanotechnology.
and he did the nano one. That's the only
He does
suit you could
nanotech.
say he made.
He does nanotech. Yo.
I don't want to do this. Man, I want to do it live. Sorry,
Oh,
y'all.
wait.
No, I want to go live rap, but it's like I want to get. It's a lot of us in frame. It's hard to get that.
Yeah.
Maybe I should just put it like back there. So just like this way.
Oh, that'd be maybe.
Sorry, let me just set you out for live real fast, y'all.
Spider-Man,
It just-
they killed it.
Nah,
It's just like Spider-Man's a fan.
if that was because I know it's in the middle between, it's in Phase 4 still, but if that was supposed to be, let's say that was supposed to be the end of the whole end game type thing,
What,
that
at home? You would think?
would have been perfect for me. I would have been okay with that if that would have ended the whole end game shit.
Nah, you know why I don't feel like that, because we know the arc was about the Infinity Saga was about the original Avengers.
Right.
Yeah.
So like if we're pushing past that now and it's still the same saga, it's like y'all just stretching the saga out now. Like y'all could have started it off with the new one. So I disagree with you. I see where you're coming from,
Yeah.
but I disagree with you because Endgame actually was supposed to me was they should have just ended it the last saga right there. I mean that one saga there, the Phase 3 there, because they decided to come out with Far From Home after that, and that's the end of Phase 3 of the whole Infinity Saga. All three phases together, one saga.
Yeah.
So I'm like, why would y'all put one more after that when Endgame is called Endgame and it was the Endgame?
Well,
I didn't mind that so much,
I
though.
think what it's gonna play a lot into.
No?
I think for the next phase, I think Spider-Man's gonna have a leadership role.
Oh
Yes.
no, of course.
He's gonna be a team captain.
But I'm trying to, I'm just saying from
Exactly.
Far From
That's gonna
Home,
be
like they
elite.
should just like
Shang-Chi
something
as well.
small, like
Well, I think they could come up with another.
Shang-Chi's gonna be a team captain.
It depends, honestly.
Shang-Chi, yo,
Yeah,
I got high
That's a
hopes
good
for
one.
Shang-Chi.
I got high hopes for
That was a good
Shang-Chi.
movie.
I wrote him into my Incredible Hulk movie, and he's one of the out of 4 characters that makes it to the end. And I didn't do that on purpose. It was just as I got literally right to the end when I was starting up the third act, I was like, oh shit, Shang-Chi's left, and I was like, you know what? Let me make sure he
That's
stays
fire.
now.
That's
fire.
Like, you know,
He
like
just made it there,
yeah.
so now yeah, might as well.
Right,
go to it.
right.
He,
That's right.
yeah, but Spidey is not to cut him, but yeah, you guys were saying Spidey is definitely headed for a team captain role. They're grooming. There's gonna be like the next people are coming.
Yeah.
I think Kate Bishop as well.
Kate
Should
Bishop.
step up.
I think he's gonna lead.
All of them.
Right, yeah.
I think
exactly,
Spidey will be
exactly.
new Captain America.
Yeah.
But then
yeah,
again,
in
since
my opinion.
I don't know, it's
I don't
I don't know how
think so.
Sony.
I think
I
that
know
they,
so hard on Sony.
I don't see them rebooting Cap and Iron Man, and if they do, not in the same capacity.
I don't think he's gonna be.
I don't want them back.
I was gonna say
think,
that.
I don't think he's a leader at all. I think he's the linchpin to save whoever needs to be saved because everyone forgot him.
Yeah. I
No
was
one
gonna say that.
remembers.
Right, right.
who
I
Peter
think he's
Parker
really
is.
just gonna be swooping in, and then they be like, "Oh, that's the Spider guy,
Yeah.
or that's Spider Man." After they get to know him, and they be like, "Yeah, Spider Man," but no, they really never. He's
'Cause
never
they
really
gonna
there with
think
them when they chopping it up.
Yeah,
'Cause
they
it's
might
not-
think he's
That-
a villain or something at first.
Well,
Like, who the fuck is
That is gonna be
Don't
really
forget
interesting.
there
I
are
can't wait to see Spider-Man again.
There still are people who
after.
remember who he
Yeah.
is. Like, does Doctor Strange remember who he is?
No,
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 Doctor
that's
Strange,
why Doctor
right?
Strange told him at the end. All of us. He made sure he said us and not just the
Right,
people
right,
that love you. He's like, we
With,
all.
with that being said, would it be hard for Doctor Strange to figure out who he is?
There-
I don't think so. Cause
No, exactly. There's probably
It
some.
wouldn't be.
It's a spell. So
him as Spider-Man, someone's gonna like.
I think.
and Doctor Strange is not the Sorcerer Supreme, but the Sorcerer Supreme. So
Right.
it wouldn't be out of this world for Spider-Man to ever show up and be like, "Listen, you did this spell for me one time," and everybody.
Yeah.
And Doctor Strange would be like, "Yeah, well, that tracks."
Yeah, right.
That sounds like something
Makes
that
sense.
Yeah.
it can't be set up that Strange is the only one that knows.
And you still have the symbiote.
Nah, I don't. The symbiote, but
No, I
it
don't-
can't be set up that Strange is the one that says, "Oh, Peter Parker is Spider-Man."
Nah.
It's MJ. We all know who it is. Like, let's
That's gonna
end
find
it.
out.
No, MJ,
Let's,
yeah.
let's end this right now. The
MJ
first person to find out who Spider-Man is
Dude, you know what's funny? I threw on the way home earlier and I watched like 20 minutes of it while I was just smoking real fast. And Ned said a line in the movie that made me think maybe it's Ned. And it's ironic that we're talking about that right now. All right, right when they first go down to the Undercroft, right? And him and MJ, they first get there. He gets on the computer and he says, "You can take the guy out the chair. You can't take the chair out the guy." And yeah, of course, that's just a line, and we know that's a phrase and shit.
Right.
But why would they say take him out the chair? Why would he say that? He was never taken out the chair.
Right.
You feel me? I feel like that was the studio
Or-
hinting at us at maybe as what's to come. Like, you know, like, all right,
He
we're
might
about
be
to
the
take.
next villain.
I mean, of course, there's rumors about that, but I'm saying speculation. But I'm just trying to say just that, like that aspect of it.
Yeah.
I'm thinking him saying that coming out of his mouth. You can take, and that's how that means. That's how he genuinely feels deep down in his heart. You can take the guy out the chair. You can't take the chair out the guy. Meaning, I'm great at this. I know I'm great at this.
I think Spider-Man.
I think on his own, I think he's just gonna like start catching interest to Spider-Man and be like, let me uncover this. Something feels weird about this.
Right.
Let me just dig deep into it. Not uncover it. Let me dig deep into this. Fall down a rabbit hole. And I think it'd probably be Ned the one that'd be like, yo, I've somehow found some footage of us.
I think
Show it
Spider-Man's
together.
next
Like, or whatever the case may be.
Yeah, I know you from.
I don't know.
Spider-Man's next villain. Not to cut you I just want to lose what he said when he was talking about villain. I think Spider-Man's next villain
Yeah.
might be Venom.
It is gonna be.
It looks like it's gonna be
It's
Venom.
in there.
And the way they set it up.
And from the way they set it up, it might be a Flash Thompson Venom.
Yes.
They
Actually,
should do
because
that.
they took
It might
back.
be a Flash.
They took back Eddie Brock, but they left the symbiote, meaning they're
Yeah,
gonna
they
use
took
it
back Eddie
different.
Brock.
So that are we gonna get an Agent? Is it Agent Venom? Is
Well,
that what you're
that was
talking about
Agent-
bringing?
Well,
We
it
literally
is-
spoke about that
I
like
mean,
2 weeks
I
ago.
don't-
Yeah.
When Real was here.
It may
we
not
spoke about
necessarily
that.
be Agent Venom, but you
Agent
have
Venom's trash.
have Flash Thompson.
Agent Venom was trash.
Agent Venom
But
was
Flash
trash.
Thompson.
But look,
Yeah.
honestly
So
speaking,
you have Venom.
I think
I think they're
honestly,
doing Flash
look, I
Thompson.
think they're doing Flash Thompson, and the more it just adds more to a theory that I already had. I think they're going with the symbiote suit for one. I think they're going the whole original way, like how in Secret Wars, that storyline, how he originally got the costume,
Yeah.
whatever.
Yeah.
And I think they're doing that with like everything now moving forward. I think now they realize they like, no lie, we're gonna do these new characters or the characters that's not in it yet and bring them in. I think we should do them comic book classic accurate. You feel me?
Right.
And it made me. I was thinking about that already, but it made me double down on it the other day when literally this week where I heard a rumor that Daredevil in the MCU was gonna be with his original classic suit.
Right.
So I was like, what's his original classic suit? So I went and looked it up, and it's yellow and red. He has yellow. It's all yellow with the little horns, and then he has like a red vest on with a D on it, 1D, not even 2 of them. You feel me?
That's the old
So
one.
yeah, so that was the original, first one, right before they changed it to
Classic.
red the next year. So I'm looking through it, I'm like, oh wow. And as more pictures is going on, different comics and artwork and fan work, I'm like, damn, that would be dope. But then I started thinking like, damn, I already felt like they was doing that with Spider-Man, like they going the original way. You
Right,
know?
they did it.
So now hearing the Daredevil shit, not to stay too long in it, but I'm really thinking now that anybody that they're gonna bring in from here forward, that they're really gonna go classic, original, accurate way.
That would be. It's funny. That kind of plays into the conversation that you were having before because I think I was talking about how they showed the Marvel TV show cameos.
Yeah.
And you were like, with the multiverse, they don't have to pull them
No, it's just
right
be a variant
from there. It could just be a variant.
that already exists in our universe.
So you can literally just use Daredevil's OG skin.
Yeah.
There you go, Daredevil.
Because we never see him in a costume in No Way Home.
Right.
So when he
didn't see him in
suits
the
up, he
costume,
could
no.
just be in that costume, and that's a variant of the version from the Netflix shows, but in our universe.
Yeah.
And it'll make sense that he don't got the same exact costume.
But-
it won't trick people.
I had heard a rumor. I was watching some stuff. I stumbled upon something that they were talking about. They may be bringing back Frank Castle
That's the person that drew one of the suits and redesigned it. If
for
I'm
the
mistaken?
MCU. I think, yeah,
For the MCU?
yeah.
Wait, for what role? What movie?
I'm not sure.
But he was just a designer.
And they were thinking about because what would you use Frank Castle for? Because
Okay.
his show was so brutal. Like, in what capacity would it even what Punisher would we have?
Oh, because
Like, what would a Disney
transfer.
Punisher-
Oh, you know, funny. I seen a video of that
MCU?
earlier.
Yeah.
No, yeah. So basically, like Daredevil. All right. There's
Right,
more
yeah,
speculation
yeah.
that he's gonna be. There's more like speculation leaning towards that he's gonna. All right. He's gonna get his own show in the MCU.
Daredevil.
Right.
Yeah, like
Yeah.
soon. Like we already seen him
Oh,
in the
wow.
MCU, but he's gonna get his own show. So people are saying like, all right, that's where the rumor came in that he might get the original classic suit and all that other shit. So basically, like the original Daredevil show on Netflix. Sorry, I got lost so fast, but he it's real brutal, like you were saying.
It's brutal
It's
as
really
hell,
brutal.
yeah.
The person is vulgar and all that. So they were saying like, Disney's the opposite of that, and they don't even play like that.
Right,
They'll,
that's what I mean.
They'll change up a whole something's style before they go that route.
That's what I'm saying. The black, I guess that's why. Like,
So people
how do you
was-
transfer him?
So people were trying to
Right.
I guess was saying that. I guess that's what's going on in the article also. Oh, would they how would they bring back that same person if Disney doesn't do rated R or even it won't be the same show because that show
No, it's
was so
not.
crazy you can't make that the same on Disney
No,
Plus.
no,
Like,
no,
you know,
no.
You have to. That's part of its brand.
Well, they giving R ratings to certain movies already. Disney, Marvel team
This
up.
is true.
Because Deadpool 3, whenever it does come out,
It's gonna be R.
It's R rated already.
But
We knew that's
but that's the word on it until it happens, right?
Yeah.
Because when it happens, Who knows? They probably come out with the movie and be like, we can't.
Well, they said Blade is supposed to be R-rated
This
too.
is true.
PG-13.
This is true. But then also, let's say they're both R-rated. Is there a difference though between Disney rated R
And Fox.
and like?
Yeah,
No, it has
Whoever
to be.
made the because if Disney make a rated R, they may
But you
allow
know
some
what-
cursing, some
But you know
blood.
what the thing is, Sue?
But are we gonna
You
get,
can,
like-
you can. I think when you go, you submit it as what you believe it is.
Right.
Like my movie's not a horror, the shit is a thriller,
Right.
and then you send this shit. And I think when they watch it, the studios themselves, whoever approves that,
Right.
I think they the one that okays it and gives it its grade. Because if it's up to the fucking director, you would lie all day, but now what's
I
this?
should G-rated.
That's what I'm saying.
If
I
PG-13,
know that.
I'm
G-rated,
chopping niggas'
bring all
heads
your
off.
kids.
I'm pretty sure Disney has the savvy where like they can walk that line, and even if they submit something that's rated R, like you're not gonna get a blood-soaked Frank Castle
Absolutely
with chunks
not.
of brain matter.
No, of course not.
Like you're not, you know what I'm saying?
Endgame did
you're
that.
not-
When Endgame deleted from in the writing process, they deleted whole scenes where they had Thanos come out of a portal to present day and from the past, and he comes basically from the 2012 original Avengers 1 battle of New York, and he comes out of the portal and rolls Captain America's head at them niggas. And he chopped his head off, brought it back, like nigga, yeah, like. I'm gonna let y'all know in the future that y'all could never fuck with me in no timeline, no year, or nothing, nigga. And rolls Cap's head, so you rolling Cap's head, nigga.
You rolling Cap's
You put in
head.
the work, like you
Right,
did,
right.
you know. And they cut that out. That was like a for sure thing they cut out. So
Well, you gotta remember too. You gotta remember a lot of kids watch this shit.
yeah, that's
You know
what I'm trying to say.
That's
So
what they're trying to say. 'Cause I'm-
No, that's live.
They will make honestly. They will make a lot of money for theaters. They was able to keep
Oh, of course.
that original scene and the chopping Captain. Because you want to see that in kind of superhero movies. I hate to say it. You want to see some messed up shit.
I was even surprised about the Deadpool. I was even surprised about bringing Deadpool in the MCU. To be
yeah,
very honest.
you gotta think about it. Some parents just off rip, but like you're not watching that.
Right.
That's it.
That's
You're
it.
not watching that.
1, 2, 3.
You're not 12 years old. You're not.
That's
watching
their
that.
main
You're not 13.
concern.
You're not watching that. Like,
And they're
That
Disney.
should fall on the
Understand
parents,
it.
yeah.
They still got
no,
to.
but honestly speaking,
it do fall on
But that is-
Just
But then
like-
at the same time,
But that's-
like we're sitting here, we're like, you know, as we all agree, like that's Disney's kitty. I mean, Disney kills somebody in like all their kids' movies, though.
no, every movie.
Yeah.
Every movie. Big Hero 6, he kills the brother over
yeah,
it.
low key.
Every movie they do.
Disney's low key.
We
They
got
have
that first
Scar as a
yeah,
map.
They
Nah,
kill,
low-key.
they kill bro off rip.
The trauma and the coming of age thing that Disney does, they do it like they for real. Somebody getting knocked off.
Disney
You about to
definitely
grow as a character.
definitely gave me I think my first heartbreak when they killed Mufasa.
Well, definitely one of my favorite things that I
Jonathan,
like,
you cry
that I see that
When
Disney
they killed
tends to
Mufasa,
walk
yeah,
this.
bro.
Disney tends
To
to
this
walk
day.
this
all
line
this to this day.
with and they did it in Endgame, like with the final fight scenes, like where you have people basically getting like crushed and smashed and shit like that. What they do is they're not people. Like they're like these humanoid aliens.
Oh, of course,
that
yeah,
don't
yeah. So
fight
you don't feel
enemies and
as
shit. So you can go as brutal as you want. You know what I mean? Like you literally throw explosives and they're blowing.
yeah,
up,
like look, they
you know what
got
I'm saying?
these.
So-
They got the Chitauri army getting chopped in half. And shit, them the creatures, you know. Like,
Right.
and so they can do it like that when you go about it that way, but you can't be a human, bro. You can't.
Yes, you can't.
have
Yeah,
that,
they
bro.
can't show killing a human and all that.
Yeah, you go a line like this and then from here.
So-
okay.
Because that's I
Nah,
just
yeah.
gonna have to go across at
No,
some
no.
point.
Yeah, Yo,
Somebody gotta make that journey.
So we get back on track.
Yeah, we went.
You know, we went way off, but it was necessary.
Nah,
Right?
it was needed.
I feel like
So
it-
No Way Home.
No way home. You know. I wanted to ask y'all, which villain did y'all enjoy the most? Not what was your favorite villain overall from them, but which one y'all enjoyed in that movie that
Ooh, that's tough.
maybe y'all didn't expect to, or y'all did expect to, and you know they did it for you.
Okay.
Well, y'all can go first this time. I gotta actually think.
Come on, Mac.
Mine was Doc Ock.
Oh, yours Doc Ock?
You know mine was
Yeah, you know
Doc
what's
Ock.
funny? Mine's is Doc Ock too for one reason. His whole personality up until he changes his chip in the back of his neck is bananas and hilarious. And when he's barking at this nigga,
Yeah.
he's asking him the question and he's telling him the question. Nigga, you volunteered to tell us that Norman died.
Right.
He's like, word, so he was like, you know, asking questions. We tired of your questions, boy. I'm like, yo, bro, like, why you just bark on him? Like, nigga, Peter looked at him like, like, you spaz right now.
Yeah, he was spazzing. He was
He had mad little moments like that.
Yeah,
He's like,
I really enjoyed that.
So you want me to go out there and catch these monsters? He's like, watch your mouth. Like he walked on him like, you know, sorry. Like he really was like brought a different type. Him and Jamie, because Jamie balanced out the different type of comedy that you know. It was one aspect of comedy, and then Jamie brought like that other sense of humor. That he was like, hey, no.
And honestly,
man.
and I think that's what I say my favorite part is when they did upgrade Jamie's part. You know what I'm saying? They brought.
Yo, that was big.
So
If
that
you,
was your favorite villain in the movie?
It wasn't my favorite. No, Green Goblin was my favorite villain in the movie.
but you did. You said you enjoyed how they
Cause look,
retcon him.
Yeah, look. You remember Baby Driver, right?
Mm-hmm.
You remember how Jamie Foxx was the hard gangster in the joint. Take how they did him in No Way Home. It's the same kind of theatrical relative of it.
All right.
Or where the fact that he was a gangster because he was that new age Electro. You know what I'm saying? I'm a badass. I'm giving you these smart ass comments.
Right,
you know what I'm saying? Like you're stupid, but I'm giving you common sense that you're stupid and you know what you're doing. But you helping us out in the same process. Like when they built that little timer joint to short him out with his powers and stuff like that.
It wasn't arc reactor, but he put the piece from the arc reactor.
You can see how the character switched in that joint. He went from that nonchalant motherfucker to that I'm about to be Billy Badass. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So,
And he was feeling it the whole time. He was like, oh no. Ain't no science project back there. He got something. He got something real back there, right?
Nah, alright, so as I thought about it, my guy gotta be Sandman. And he wasn't even like a villain to me.
He really wasn't.
After you finish, I want to touch on that, but go ahead.
Nah, yeah, cause at first he was like, yo, I wanna go home. And he first started helping Spider-Man. And it was like
He didn't trust it, yeah.
He didn't trust him, and you see the whole switch, the dynamic of he's losing trust into this young man because young man, you can't help me. I'm trying to go home. I don't care about none of this. I want to go with my daughter.
You're just some kid.
You're just a kid and you don't understand me.
Yeah,
and he started listening more to Jamie and like Green Goblin started making sense. Like, all right, hold on, these two motherfuckers might be right. We probably might need to body him in order for me to get what I need to get.
Yeah.
And that's the only reason why he switched. And then when him and Toby get the interaction with Toby makes him human again, it's like, yo, it's gonna be alright, you gonna go home.
Oh, by the way, I just remembered something too. I don't know if any of y'all had caught this within the last few weeks. You know that scene exactly when he changes him back and he looked at his hand and shit on the floor, Sandman. That they took that exact shot from Part 3 of Spider-Man 3, the first trilogy. Wow. Since they couldn't film certain people's scenes because of COVID and shit like that and scheduling, that they had to use a lot of people's CGI. So there was a lot of scenes they had to take out because the scenes would be Lizard completely CGI.
Right.
You feel me? That's why Lizard looks That's why Lizard looks a little funny in he looks a little bit more CGI than he did in the first time.
Yeah,
you know?
That was a waste of
because he wasn't there for most of the movie, specifically him, the actor. Excuse me. So they had the CGI like scene.
So speaking, Lizard was probably the smartest one out of all.
Wait, hold on. Wait, before you say that one scene though, I mean that not only that one scene, it was the Sandman scene and then the it was one more other scene they did it in that they took the exact replica. I think it was a Lizard scene, honestly speaking.
Yeah, because
it was a Lizard scene when he turns back.
Yeah,
and he
there was. When you look at it,
it
literally took what they had from that.
No, the same exact shot and just changed the background.
Oh yeah,
it's like it's crazy, bro. It's like when Tony said, "I am Iron Man." If they ever do that again, and they literally take that same shit and they didn't get him to come back and shoot it again, they just take that and just change the background. And we don't notice it at first, but people start noticing.
I'm gonna say this: Downey Jr. is the best Iron Man. You can't replace it.
Yo, you can't. My son do this and
can't replace it.
Nah, but back to Sandman. What I really wanted to touch on in that, it's funny how you say you liked him the most. I went into the movie picking him, wanting him to do the most. I wanted them to have a scene with Sandman that was so great that it was like, yo, Sandman's a dope ass character. Because I
think they did feel like trying to present that.
Honestly speaking,
they probably did, but for me and this,
I don't
think
they filled it as they just gave him more feeling, because at the end of Spider-Man 3 he wasn't really trying to murder Toby at all. Like he was telling Toby, "Hey, bro, like I apologize. Like
waste of a villain fight.
I really wanna."
I think they wrote him in good because it kind of picked up the word. So it wasn't an op at first. And then he was like, "Maybe I don't know what you just did to him." Right? You're like, nothing. Trust me, I don't trust nobody. He was tight, right?
He had a very rational fear.
Word. After that, he definitely didn't trust nothing after that.
Right.
He told
I come to another universe where Spider-Man's supposed to help me, and then he just zapped somebody. He hit somebody with some magic.
You just told me
what just happened?
You told me you was like, explain it to me. Now you just zapped this.
Because I have superpowers, but that's magic.
No, I don't know that yet. I don't know that yet. I assumed you killed this nigga. Like he said, what you just did to him. Like, he was like nervous, like, nigga, I'm about to punch you in the heart.
Exactly, like.
Yeah, so I thought that was like, and I think they wrote him in good. It was just like, I just wanted him to have one cool scene.
You know what? I be confusing Sandman a lot with the cartoon character Hydro Man. With the
right.
way-
Yeah,
with
the other one.
the Hydro
Elemental.
with the water one.
No, because then they got the sand one also, right? From the Elemental, right? I think
Yeah,
they have all 4 elements, right? They have rock,
Think
fire,
so. I
motion
don't even
man,
know. I
motion
just
man,
know-
water. Yeah.
I don't know. I know Hydro Man. I wanted something more like that with Sandman.
Matter of fact,
How he
this how true
tries
it
to
is.
drown him.
The beginning of Far From Home, his second movie, when Nick Fury and Maria Hill pulls up,
Oh yeah, when they said the fucking
and the
elementals
rock
came
placement
from
is already messed up. That was whatever the sand elemental name is. That was him in that scene, and that's when the spirit first pops up. He's like, "You don't want none of this." He's lying. His first lie.
Ever.
Yeah.
Well,
But
his first lie was way before that.
so yours is Sandman. Anyway, yours is Doc Ock. Mine was Doc Ock also. Sandman.
I liked Electro also, but Sandman didn't.
Y'all's favorite villain after watching it.
Green Goblin still.
Wait, it's still Green Goblin. You said you did say that.
He's just like the Joker in a way for Batman.
Yo, he would have been
Yeah,
the perfect Joker.
yeah,
His
yeah,
face
yeah,
looks like Joker.
yeah.
Facts. William
So
Dafoe.
for me,
Shout
it
out.
was,
William Dafoe.
it's tough, man. It's,
Wait, let me interject one more time. I heard William Dafoe actually said he wants to play alongside Joaquin Phoenix in the sequel as Joker also, but not the Joker. He wants to be like a person that wants to be Joker, like a
Okay.
fan.
Holy shit! I was just
Yeah,
about to say
a fan.
William Dafoe would be.
No,
a
yeah,
good
because
Joker.
fans been saying that forever, and then he literally came out the other day and said it out his mouth in an interview. But
That's fine.
That-
He
he
was-
was-
He was
Wait. Time out.
creepy.
You just can't drop that on me. Like, hold up. They could make a, the 3 Joker comic book act.
oh man,
Oh my god, they could do some possibilities there.
you
I'm
went
sorry.
crazy over it. Nigga went you went crazy over it. I like it though. I like
Well,
it.
who would you get to play the third Joker though?
Damn. All right, you already know who. You gotta bring him back.
Jared Leto. I'm kidding.
No.
I'm kidding.
Oh, you said that over it too. I'm sorry.
It's just-
Jack, you bring back Jack Nicholson.
Jack Nicholson. Yeah, Jack
Ooh.
Nicholson.
Old Jack now.
Jack
Old Joker.
Napier?
Yeah.
And make it just seem like he never died. DC always messed it up anyway. So.
I always loved that character. I really wish he
Hold on, going back to you with Jared Leto was crazy.
I was
Like,
capping, I was capping, I was
don't
capping.
do that. That
I was
hurt my
capping, I was
heart.
capping. I saw his
I was
cap.
capping. That was a crazy cap. Remember how last week I said, it's not my cap. That's not my cap. It's a crazy statement. Yeah.
Oh yeah, that's not my cap. It's a wild statement. That was crazy, bro. I just seen that.
I was dying editing. I was like, nigga said, nah, not my cap. It's a wild statement. Nah, because I was trying to say how you saw the new Captain America. Falcon. Like, he's not my cap. I just put that out there, like, let me get clear.
What is this? My president is black.
Exactly like that. That's what it was. Like he's not my president. He's
And
not
I
my
know
cap.
now that you say
I
it
was
like
dead.
that, my foot is definitely not racist.
That's what I
I
said.
thought you
Yo.
didn't mean that. Nah.
It's about that time. Assemble and talk. No cap. It's a civil war. You thinking you worthy. You feeling like door. Smash that like button like Hawk. Yeah.